You lie awake at 3 a.m., wondering if a larger bank account would finally silence your constant racing thoughts. We are told that money cannot buy happiness, yet poverty pays for misery in a world driven by bills. The screen glows with idealized lifestyles that make your current reality feel incredibly small and entirely inadequate. You chase a financial finish line that keeps moving forward every single time you get closer to it. The invisible weight of survival makes it feel like peace of mind is just a luxury you cannot afford. But what if the relentless pursuit of wealth is actually a clever distraction from a completely different internal hunger? We accumulate possessions to fill a quiet, aching void that numbers on a screen can never truly satisfy. Before we dive deeper into this psychological paradox, let us explore why this cycle keeps us trapped forever. If this deeply personal exploration resonates with your soul, please subscribe to join our growing community of thinkers. The old cliché about money failing to buy joy often sounds like a comforting excuse made by the wealthy. It feels invalidating when you are struggling to afford basic necessities and dreaming of just a little breathing room. The constant stress of financial survival alters your brain chemistry, keeping your nervous system in a permanent panic mode. When every bill feels like an incoming threat, your mind naturally equates financial abundance with absolute emotional safety. You tell yourself that everything would be perfect if you just crossed a certain income threshold next year. But when people finally reach that golden milestone, a strange and unsettling psychological phenomenon quietly begins to happen. The initial euphoria fades away, leaving behind the exact same anxious person wearing slightly more expensive clothes. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill, a state where we rapidly adapt to new levels of luxury. The thrill of the new car or the bigger apartment becomes the baseline within just a few months. You suddenly need more, chasing the next financial high because the current one no longer feels like enough. Think about that for a second, because the loop is designed to keep you running without ever arriving. We mistake the temporary relief of a purchase for the lasting presence of genuine, deep-seated internal peace. Money can easily buy comfort, convenience, and temporary distractions, but it can never purchase a quiet mind. It acts like a powerful amplifier, magnifying whatever emotional foundation was already existing deep within your heart. If you are deeply insecure, wealth simply gives you more sophisticated ways to hide that profound insecurity. If you suffer from chronic loneliness, a bigger house just provides more empty rooms to wander through alone. The deeper truth is harder to admit because it requires us to look directly into our own emptiness. We use the busy hustle of making money to escape the uncomfortable silence of our own thoughts. If you are constantly working to build an empire, you never have to ask who you really are. You become addicted to the praise of productivity, masking your emotional exhaustion as a noble, necessary sacrifice. Your self-worth becomes entirely tangled up with your net worth, creating a highly fragile emotional identity. But that is not even the real reason why this modern illusion is so incredibly hard to break. We live in a digital culture that constantly commercializes our deep human need for connection and belonging. Advertisements whisper that you are incomplete unless you own the latest piece of curated, modern luxury lifestyle. You scroll through social media, unconsciously comparing your messy behind-the-scenes life with everyone else's highlight reels. The digital loneliness creeps in, and you try to fix it by ordering things you do not need. That silence says more than people realize. When the packages arrive, and the excitement instantly vanishes into thin air. You are left standing in a room full of things, yet still feeling completely unseen by the world. The psychological truth is that our core emotional needs are entirely non-transactional and cannot be bought. You cannot purchase genuine vulnerability, authentic belonging, or the quiet comfort of being truly known by someone. We spend our precious time trading life force for currency, hoping to buy back. And this is where things quietly begin to break, within our relationships and our internal mental health. We neglect the people who love us today while claiming we are doing it all for their future comfort. The emotional distance grows, masked by expensive gifts that are meant to replace actual, meaningful human presence. You become a stranger in your own home, trapped in an invisible prison built with your own hands. The mind becomes an abandoned room where the ghost of who you used to be still lingers quietly. Most people never notice what happens next until a moment of sudden crisis forces them to look up. A health scare, a broken relationship, or an unexpected loss reveals the utter fragility of material things. In those dark, vulnerable moments, your bank account balance cannot offer you a single ounce of real comfort. You realize that the most valuable currencies in this life are the ones we cannot trade or replace. Time, attention, and genuine love are finite resources that slip through our fingers while we are busy counting. Maybe that is why you feel a persistent numbness despite achieving what society defines as definitive success. You followed the exact script you were given, yet the promised emotional reward never actually showed up. It is a painful realization that leaves you feeling betrayed by the very system you trusted so deeply. But recognizing this illusion is not a reason to despair. It is the first step toward true liberation. It allows you to redefine what a wealthy life actually looks like on your own personal terms. True wealth is the freedom to choose how you spend your days without being enslaved by external validation. It is the luxury of having deep, meaningful conversations instead of superficial networking for future professional gain. It is the quiet joy of being present in the current moment without needing it to be productive. And deep down, you probably already knew this truth before the world told you who to become. You do not need an excuse to stop running the race that someone else designed for your life. It is entirely okay to choose peace over constant accumulation and presence over endless, exhausting performance. The next time you feel the familiar ache of comparison, gently remind yourself of what truly matters. Look at the hidden costs of the things you desire, not just the price tag attached to them. Ask yourself if the sacrifice of your peace and time is worth the temporary illusion of status. The answer might unsettle you, but it will also set you free to live more authentically today. Healing begins when you stop using money as a shield to protect yourself from your own vulnerability. It starts when you allow yourself to be seen as you are, without any material decorations. The shift is subtle, but it completely changes how you interact with the world around you every day. You begin to invest in experiences that enrich your soul, rather than possessions that simply crowd your space. You cultivate deep connections with people who value your essence rather than your current social standing. And maybe that changes everything about the way you view your purpose and your ultimate destiny. You are not a machine built for endless production. You are a human being meant for deep experience. The metric of a successful life is not found in what you gather, but in what you become. Let go of the heavy burden of trying to prove your worth through the things you own. Breathe in the quiet space that opens up when you stop chasing an impossible, ever-shifting illusion. You are already enough, entirely independent of the wealth you possess or the status you carry today. Trust the quiet voice inside that values connection over consumption and peace over the endless, frantic hustle. That is the ultimate truth that money can never buy, no matter how much you try to spend. As you reflect on this journey, please subscribe to our channel to continue exploring these deep truths. Share your own thoughts in the comments below, and let us build a more mindful path together.